binti Kamar Zaman.
My name is Nur Azli Anisha binti Muhammad Azli.
My name is Anisha binti Wahid.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank you to all of you that have been gathered here today for our monthly meeting agenda. For today, we would like to discuss some of the pressing issues in our healthcare management system, such as the functional and non-functional issue, privacy and security concerns, cost, and also the lack of knowledge. I would like to start our meeting with the most fundamental idea, which is the functional and non-functional issue.
Sorry for interruption, but first can you clarify us what is the real meaning of functional and non-functional issue?
Oh, that's sure. Before we go into the deeper levels, I would like to define the meaning of the functional and non-functional issue. For the functional issue, it is all of the things that are construct and also support our organization goals. It will encourage all of the healthy debates, driving into the innovations, and also help us in solving the problems. Other than that, for the non-functional issue, it is the issue that are harmful and also distract from our organization's goals. It include all of the personal attacks, miscommunication, and also the unsolved agreements.
But I think the effect of the adoption of smart healthcare technique is slow because most practitioners will thought these strategies are counterintuitive and also hostile.
Yes, that's right, honey. So, in order to manage this problem in our healthcare management system, we will need a lot of staff, and also it will consume more time.
So, do you have any idea or do you have any idea how to overcome this issue?
Yes, because I'm sure that there is a lot of way that we can do in order to improving the impact of the functional and non-functional issue. The first method that we can do is by improving the methodologies. There is the study that has been done by the Hughes 2008 has been stated that the inefficiencies of the professions in the healthcare can be methodically found and also can be fixed by using the structured methodologies such as the Plan, Do, Study Act (PDSA) applied into the practice.
Is the study widely used nowadays, and how about the time it will be effective?
Oh yeah, that's right. Fortunately, this study has been quite widely used in the Institute of the Healthcare Improvement, and also it has the rapid cycles of the improvements.
Yes, I agree with the method as I also found that this method had been used in the mega study that was done by IQD at 2017. The article was entitled as a new methodology for improving quality management in healthcare environment using a hybrid knowledge-based system.
Okay, it is for the first step in the functional issue. For the second step, it is the enhance the usability of the electronic health records. For this issue, there is the study that has been published by the Jamna found that every 8 hours of the office-based physicians have been spent their time up to 5 hours per day in the EHR.
Oh, I also think we can do the evidence-based usability principle and also conformance criteria. So this way, this can improve the usage of HR and also it can reduce the burnout of the staff. And I think this also can improve our accuracy of the work.
Okay, so I think that this way will be effective for our hospital, but that is under the functional issue. What about non-functional issue?
Okay, good question, honey. Thanks for reminding me for the non-functional issue. As for the non-functional issue, all we can do is by the stable infrastructure investment and also promote the culture safety. For your information, the stable infrastructure investments means that we will upgrading the updated technology and also we will invest into the new technology time by time, slowly until all of our staff will adapt to it. By using this way, we can reduce the downtime and also accommodate the growth of our department.
What about the promoting the culture safety? Can you explain more about it?
Oh, sure. For the promotions of the culture safety, it is the culture strategy that promotes ongoing learning and also the development by allowing the people to confess their mistake without any fear of the repercussions. By doing this way, we can help our staff to admit their mistake and also help them to get the continuous improvements. I think that is all the 4 ways that we can do in order to lessen the
hacker data breach increased to USD 4.98 million globally in 2024, and beyond the financial damage, life also at stake.
Oh, there is also a case in 2020. There is the ransomware attack in the Alabama hospitals that allegedly led into the newborn deaths. It is marking a tragic intersection of the cybercrime and also the patient care.
Oh yeah, that's the case. These cases highlight how the cyber attack is in healthcare are not only just about the stolen data, they also damage the human life, national security, and public trust.
Yeah, as the industry has modernized its system and process to facilitate easy access to its customer most sensitive data, they have become exposed to internal and external threats that put their data at risk.
So basically, do this incident happen due to the cyber attack or simply human error?
I think it is happened due to the human error. It is because the human error incidence has been increased time by time. As we can see, starting from 2013, there is the chart reported. There is 70% of the human error incidents, but it keep increasing until 2017 and keep going up to 47%.
Oh yeah, I see that this problem is very crucial. So how can we protect our organization? What plan can we do?
Okay, there are practice control guides that we can do to protect our organization, but every individual in healthcare must implement this plan for best defense. Next, I need help from you guys so that we can brainstorm ideas together. Can we? Okay, so I will start first. I think we can implement strong access control because access control is essential for keeping healthcare data safe. Unauthorized access is major cause of data breach, and strong controls can help reduce this risk.
How to implement the strong access control?
We can apply principle of least privilege, which can give least users access to data and system to reduce chance of sensitive information being exposed. And then we can also use multi-factor authentication. Have you guys ever heard of that?
Yes.
Is it like a password or fingerprint access?
Yes, exactly. The multi-factor authentication can make user login more secure by requiring 2 or more verification steps. And also last, we can use regular access audits that can check and update users' permissions regularly and remove any unnecessary access to lower the risk of insider threats.
So what about staff mistake? We can't ignore human error, right?
For this issue, I think that we can give them proper training to our employees. It is because the mistake that has been done by the employees will lead into the data leaks. So the training is very crucial in order to prevent the data from leakage.
So what kind of training can we give to the employee?
Okay, the kind of the training that we can give to the employees is the training that educate the employees about the emerging threats and how to identify it, and also we can also train them into how to fight against the threats. At the same time, we also can stimulate the phishing attacks. For the run mock phishing campaign to check and boost employees' ability to spot such of the attacks.
Also, I think we can adapt to cybersecurity culture. We can create a workplace where employees will feel comfortable reporting possible threats without worrying about getting in trouble.
So we can also perform regular security checks. So finding vulnerability in the system before hackers can take advantage of them. Can help to reduce the risk.
Oh, I think we might have heard this before. We can use the security tools such as the software to find out the update problem, and then with configuration and other system flaw, right?
Yes, I know. And lastly, we can use stress defense. Regularly simulate hacker attacks so that we can see how well the security works and we can find any weak spots. Other than that, I think we can also use advanced threat detection solution. Example like behavior analysis to monitor network activity and identify unusual behavior that could signal an attack. Also, extended threat detection can be used to identify and mitigate threats across our IT environment.
Okay, then I think we can also improve the security for third-party vendor, because I think sometimes the vendor also can be one of the factors that the hackers can get in, right?
Yeah.
So what we can do is audit. So we need to carefully review the security measures of the company before
we let them use, right?
yes. And then we can also limit the access. So we can only give this company the access they really need and monitor their activities.
Oh, so what about we can add any clauses in the contract to make sure that this company are responsible if they cause any of the data leakage? Or can we add penalty for delay in reporting the incident?
Sure, we can. That will fall under contractor safeguards. Okay, guys. Any other ideas? Because I have got plenty of ideas from you guys.
I think it is crucial to having the backup and also the disaster recovery. It is because when we having the secure backups, it is essential in case of any ransomware and also any of the data loss. We also should use the storage that cannot be altered when we store it. By using this way, we can protect all of our data from any ransomware or attacks.
Okay, I have noted this now. Thank you, guys. This was a great breakdown. We can put this into our hospital cybersecurity framework and we can align with our IT and training departments. So, what is our next issue and its way of solving?
Okay, so as we have discussed now previously, the high cost of technology, as you can see over there, the high cost of technology continues to be one of the major barriers to modernize our healthcare system with a percentage of 49%.
Oh, that makes sense. And the initial investment is quite significant. We are not just talking about purchasing the technology itself, but also the cost of staff training, workflow adaptation, and sometimes update infrastructure to support new systems.
Yes, exactly. And the problem becomes worse when insufficient funding in healthcare directly limit the ability to invest in or implement the new technology. So this situation basically delay the integration of digital tools, increase patient waiting times, and overall weaken the quality of healthcare delivery service.
So I think that we can address this issue by engaging stakeholders, and I love to hear your thoughts as we go along.
Alright, absolutely. Let's start with that because it is essential. So basically, stakeholder is a person that involved in organization that has responsibility and has interest with its success, right? And I think in healthcare setting, it includes clinician and administrative staff, IT teams, and in some cases, patient also included, right?
Yes,
In my opinion, I think that it is important because if we don't involve the right stakeholders, especially in the financial matters, we would like end up implementing the technology that does not meet the needs of the needs of our company, and also at the worst, the system cannot be maintained.
But how can we improve the stakeholder engagement? Do you guys have any idea?
Okay, for that, I believe by organizing workshop or a focus group could be effective. Could be really effective by getting feedback directly from them might help us to choose the most practical and impactful technology.
Wow, I agree with that. And it also makes people feel more involved, which increase the chance of successful implementation.
Yeah, so I think we should also consider optimizing our budget allocation. So this means we have to focus on technology that give the highest impact to us, give highest benefit or highest positive impact to us. So for example, telemedicine and also EHR, electronic health record. So they not only improve efficiency and patient outcome, but also it will reduce the long operational costs.
That's true, but how do we make sure that we choose the right technology to invest in?
I think that is why engaging stakeholders is important because by involving clinicians, administrators, and IT team, we can gather their opinions to decide which technologies should be invested.
Oh, I think that makes sense. Me. It is because maybe the clinicians might prioritize the telemedicine and enhance of the patient's access, while the IT team can have their focus in order to identify the solutions that might integrate well with our current systems.
Yes, exactly. And once we have gathered the input, we can move forward with a proper cost-benefit analysis for each option to ensure we are investing in the right technology with the highest positive impact.
That also makes sense. It is with cost, but the
vendors charge extra money for that, or they give a hidden charge for that. So how do we manage that?
Oh, glad you mentioned that. I almost forgot. Okay, for that, we should take note to negotiate training and support package as part of the deal.
Okay, that makes sense. So some vendors are willing to include this service at no additional cost, right? Especially if we commit a long-term contract, right?
Yes,
So we basically commit a long-term contract, right?
That's right, that's right.
Oh, okay. So we have to make sure of this to avoid unexpected cost later. Okay, noted?
Oh, I see. That is sounds such a great idea.
Is there any other suggestion to address this issue?
So, okay, I would like to propose phasing implementation of the new technology instead of rolling out at once. So, I think this could help in mitigating the issue.
Phase implementation sounds like a practical approach. Can you explain how that will work?
Okay, so basically, instead of integrate all the system at once, we can integrate it by stage or by phases. So, first we start identify the department that will benefit the most, such as radiology or medical record unit. So after the implementation, we conduct the impact assessment to see the effect of for the integration lah. And then we can look at the factors, right, like turnaround time, staff satisfaction, and also error reduction. So if they give the positive impact, we can expand to other area like wide or other division or other department.
Oh, that makes sense, Nati. But how do we know that it won't take a long time to see the full impact?
That's a fair concern. So it might take more time, but it allows us to manage our cost better and minimize the financial risk.
I think that is nice. It is because it might benefit the staff when the staff have their time to adapt to one system at one time. And also the IT team can also have their focus on supporting one area before moving into the one more area.
Yes. Wow, glad to hear that. I love how it gives benefit to our staff.
But how about the allocating the resources? Can we be a part of the strategy?
About the reallocating of the resources, it is essential. It is about we carefully distributing all of our resources like the staff, fundings, and also the equipment, so they can be used in the most impactful way.
Okay, that makes sense. So I think in our cases, we can try identify and eliminate the technology or system that no longer useful for us or serve us efficiently. So we can cut the unnecessary cost and redirect the funding towards the impactful technology, right?
So by doing that, Melati, we not only can reduce waste, but we can also enhance quality of care and improve financial performance, right?
Yes. Do you all agree? Yes. Oh. Okay, I think many of us agree that this approach, engaging stakeholder, optimizing budget, phase implementation, and resourcing allocation are practical and good ideas.
Yeah.
That's a good approach.
Okay, so now what steps should we take to address another challenge in our healthcare technology integration?
I think that's an excellent question. Now let's focus on another step in technology barrier, which is lack of knowledge among staff. So sometimes it's not always about their funding or infrastructure. Sometimes it's the bigger obstacle is whether our staff is actually understand or not understand the tool that we give them.
I completely agree with that because from our feedback that we have done in our hospitals, we can see that it is not about the resistance, but it is just that there is many staff that does not fully understand on how all of the tools works. For this, our staff are eager to learn that, but the resource that they need to learn are not available.
Yeah, exactly. Because we found out in our survey that over 30% of the staff cite lack of dedicated training materials as their biggest challenge. And then another 30 mentioned no mentorship. And 11% say that they struggle with insufficient evidence-based resources. So it's more of a support and structure issue than anything else.
Okay, and for the radiography team, I can see it's clearer that 68% of radiographers feel unsure about AI enhanced imaging protocol. That's mostly due to limited hands-on practice. So that kind of uncertainty definitely slow the things down.
So that's why we need to start resolving this matter by identifying those knowledge gap clearly. So we are planning pinpoint exactly what knowledge is missing and how confident our staff in using the new technologies.
Wow, I think that's a great first step. Once we have the data, we can build the target solutions rather than our general training that might not hit our main point.
Yeah, right. That's where we can bring the learning management system, which is a tool that allow us to tailor training to different skill level. Beginner won't be overwhelmed and advanced user won't be bored.
Oh, I've seen how this works in other hospitals. The LMS can pull cases from facts and organize them into interactive learning modules using URL and HTML. And because they are web-based, staff can access them on any device, which really help with flexibility, right?
Exactly, Melody. Yeah. And we also prepare the range of digital content that can be uploaded in LMS, as you say, such as the recorded ebook, the presentation, simulation, multimedia repository, and everything. This is structured by the hierarchy cost level. Then you can choose the modality and then the model.
Oh, I agree with Aino. It's because the structure is important. By doing this, it makes the material easy to navigate. And also at the same time, it will covering all of the fields such as the CT, MRI, PR, and also the IR that will ensure that no one is left out.
Can anybody walk me through the LMS access process?
Yes, sure. Here, Hani, you can see that first the user going to log into the LMS, which is the learning mentoring system. So then you can choose the course, which is MRI. MRI is a modality, and CT also a modality. Choose that modality, and then we can pick a module after that, such as a module of the simulation or education material, and then they can get access to. So from there, they can take tests to solidify their knowledge after they have been learning in the material before. So then they can evaluate the complete course. So it's straightforward.
Okay, I see that, but even it is straightforward, we should also enhance the technology itself because some staff say the software is just complex even after the training.
Absolutely. So simplifying the interface is our part of solution. So we are working out with the vendor like Siemens Healthcare, who send application specialists to ensure that the end user understand how to navigate the system that have been sent to us.
That's crucial. It is because even the best training are not helpful if the platform are clunky and also overwhelming.
And also, we need to ensure our feedback loops are strong. Developers should hear directly from our users, so improvements are driven by real-world users.
Okay, one more thing. What happened after the training? Because some staff still feel stuck once the formal session ends.
So here, that is where the mentorship are coming. So the new radiographer is a junior. We are pairing with the with the special radiographer with the experienced one that can help them to adapt more effectively. So we are rolling out an orientation program and creating a peer report like a small group where staff can troubleshoot together the problem.
Oh, I love that idea. It is because the staff may have some of the introvert person, so this method can help them to be more comfort in order to asking questions, and they can feel that asking questions is normal. At the same time, they also can build a culture where the learning is continuous. It is not the one time of the things.
Also, Alia, it will help reduce the stigma of not knowing because people will start to say I'm learning instead of I'm behind.
Okay, but won't the mentors get overwhelmed if too many people lean on them?